alright, I'm back, and as you can see, I've cut out the speakers. They're all they're set to go, and they're going to fit in there alright with a bit of room for movement. These, I've put the angle on it as well, as you can probably see there. There's a slight angle, so that'll allow for the staples and everything. And I've also given it a light sand just to make it a bit nicer and tidy it up a bit really. Okay, so these are going to sit in there, they're going to sit in there fine. The thing to remember is when you put the speakers in, if you've cut your taper that way, make sure your speakers go on the right side of the bit of timber. So they're going to go on that way. I've put a couple of screws in the back. One thing I would like to say, this is probably one of the most important things when putting speaker cabinets together, is basically with your wiring, because if you get this part wrong, you're going to run into a lot of trouble. So if you follow that advice, you'll be fine. That was a joke. Basically, when you're wiring speakers up, you've got to make sure there's different ways of wiring them together to run to your amp. You can wire them in series or parallel, and if you've obviously got the internet, so before you because it does affect your sound and it does affect the load on your amp as well, so before you decide which way is going to be best to wire it all up, you got to do a bit of research. So I'd look up speaker impedance and just look into like the ohms ratings and speaker wiring for like quad boxes, etc. I do a bit of research on that to decide the best way you want to wire them all up. It's pretty simple stuff really, but it is important for your amp and stuff, and the sound, and to make sure you're not putting too much load on either your amp or your speakers. But that is all. That side of it's really simple. Anyhow, so back to the more practical side of things, not the actual wiring side. Got 4 of those. I got to get the material to go over the top. I'm not sure what. I'll probably just get some black speaker cover stuff or something, just something that's going to let the sound through, not just any old stuff that's going to block the sound, but something that's still going to let the sound through. Yeah, and I'm pretty much just going to do it the same as what they've done it there. Which is, I've got a staple gun here, and it takes I've tested it, it takes 8mm staples, and they're quite substantial staples. I don't know, you could probably use any size staples, but these are the ones I've used, or going to use I should say, and they're reasonably sturdy ones, because I think that's probably what you need to fire them into the wood, and a decent stapler. And so I've got this, and I've given it a test, and I know it's going to fire into the wood all right. Anyhow, it'll work where it's meant to. It'll fire into this. If I put a staple onto there, see, it's gone fine. So I just tested it, and I know it'll work. So the other thing, what I'll probably need to do is, like, because you don't want some like howl stuff to go over the top of it. It's going to block all your sound and take timber, so it'll just mean I'll get a bit better finish. And you can see that's what they've done. That's what they've done on this one here. Is you can see they've painted it black on the underside, and that's for the same obvious reason as that you don't want any of the light colour showing through, just so it looks a lot better when it is finished. So that's it for a start, and I'll do some more when I've got the material and stuff. Other than that, it's just screwing the speakers on and getting some plugs and wiring for it. So yeah, so that's how it's going to be, and that's the bloody start. I think if you've made it this far in the project, I think you definitely deserve a beer, and cheers. I'll see you next time.